Today I figured I'd give you guys a ranking of the Timothy Dalton and Peirce Brosnan Bond films. These two are very similar in style and were released back to back, so I figured I'd double them up into one video instead of having a tuneless video for Dalton. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 6 is 2002's Die Another Day. This film is over the top, it's insane, it's crazy, but there's a lot of weird stuff on this one. It features a North Korean dictator who tries to use lasers to destroy parts of the world in order to have domination over the planet, I suppose. There's also a lot of weird things in this film, like diamond-faced henchmen, lasers, giant space lasers, and race-changing technology. A very odd film, but there are some good things in it, such as Halle Berry's performance as Jinx, and Brosnan still giving it his all. But definitely a cheese fest. And it also had a video game released called 007 Legends, and one of the missions in the game was Die Another Day. Not a bad film, but one that I don't really recommend unless you're a big fan. Coming in at number 5 is 1987's The Living Daylights. Timothy Dalton's first outing as Bond shows him traveling on the world to fight bad guys, and it's just kind of there. It does have some scenes that I enjoy, but I think the Bond girl's kind of lackluster. I think the plot's pretty forgettable, and I think that the villains leave a lot to be desired. The worst thing about the film is the pacing. It's not a terrible film, but not the best first outing that Dalton could have had. Coming in at number 4 is 1997's Tomorrow Never Dies. A relatively fun movie that has a really cool Bond girl as well. This film sees Bond essentially taking on a media mogul who sends out fake information in an attempt to cause global crises. Essentially, he's fake news, I guess you could say. The film is actually pretty damn fun and has some good stuff going for it, but the middle section of the film, the second act, if you will, is a little bit slower. This film also had a video game adaptation on the PS1, and it's actually pretty fun, and one that I do recommend if you're a fan of classic PS1 games or Bond games in general. Which leads us to number 3, 1989's License to Kill. Originally titled License Revoked, License to Kill is a fun film that shows Bond going up against this drug cartel who attacked his friend Felix Leiter and left Felix's wife, killed his wife. It's a pretty interesting film that's really gruesome and is absolutely the best of the Dalton era. It has a lot of good action, some really gruesome effects, and it even has Benicio del Toro as one of the henchmen. And it also is featured as a level in the 007 Legends video game, and it's a pretty fun level. I do enjoy this film, but I think it is a little bit lacking in some areas, but it's still a really damn good Bond film, and one that I recommend. Coming in at number 2 is 1999's The World Is Not Enough. This is a very entertaining film with a lot of good visuals, great special effects, awesome action. And though a lot of people don't like Denise Richards as Christmas Jones, I thought she was a pretty damn good Bond girl. Not the best actress in the world, but still pretty good. The film has great espionage, amazing action, and is one of the few Bond films, if not the only Bond film, to feature a female main villain. Look at her there. Look at her face. This is a pretty entertaining film, and one that a lot of people don't really love, but to me, I think it's the second best of the Brosnan Bond films. And it also had several video game adaptations, including one on the Game Boy, the N64 version, and a completely separate version on the PlayStation. A very enjoyable and over-the-top late 90s Bond film. You can't go wrong with The World's Not Enough. Which leads me to number one, 1995's seminal classic, GoldenEye. This film is awesome. It essentially stars Peirce Brosnan for the first time as James Bond, and has Bond going up against an old friend of his turned enemy, 006, played by Sean Bean. The film also features Famke Janssen as Xena, a very gruesome and brutal henchwoman, and one of the better Bond girls I've ever seen. This film is truly amazing, and was directed by Martin Campbell, who also directed Casino Royale. This film was highly entertaining, has some great visuals, amazing action, and it was really to show the world that Brosnan was an amazing Bond and a force to be reckoned with. And the film also has one of the best video games ever in GoldenEye, one that is truly amazing, and any fan of the Nintendo 64 knows this is a must-own. Just a great film, and one that I highly recommend. If you love good cinema, you're going to like GoldenEye. There's just no two ways about it. Well, that's my ranking. If you enjoyed the list, let me know. And be sure to leave your list down below. Hopefully one day we might actually see a return of Brosnan as an elderly Bond, which I would enjoy. Never say never again style. But that's probably a pipe dream. Either way, and I'm glad if you enjoyed the video, let me know. Leave your list down below. And peace out.